The fact that this is episode 39 is bananas, just like Miss Gwen said. Bananas. I 39 episodes and I haven't run out of things to say. Incredible. she incredible. But if you are listening to this, I do want to let you know that you automatically now have 13 years of good luck. I don't make the rules. It's just you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. 13 whole years. You're welcome. For I didn't want to share this on Instagram. There's so many loose hairs I need to vacuum up. Anywho, I didn't want to share this on Instagram, but so when I go through things, I don't want to talk about it or share it immediately. I almost need to process it on my own, journal, cry, scream, whatever, and then it always feels like there's a lesson in there. Isn't life fun? But for me, especially, I would say the last couple of months, anytime I ask for something bigger or I dream bigger or I try to do more, it almost feels like everything goes to shit. Mental, dating, money, like it's like almost like it almost does feel like a test. Like, and I know it works this way because looking back at patterns over the years, and I've asked for something big, my life's gone to shit, and then if it's almost like the universe is like holding me underwater, like hold on, hold on, like a forced baptism, and then eventually everything works out, and it's kind of like you're a little tired, a little rugged, but you get what you wanted in the end. Anywho, I know how this goes. So for some reason, the last few months, I mean, I've committed to this. Like, I do love the podcast. I know there's a reason for it. I know I can be silly and goofy, but there is also lessons in power in my voice, and this is something that I know. But it's also really fucking scary to come on and be vulnerable. And the last few weeks especially, I have wanted to burn it to the fucking ground. Just to be 100% real with you, I've wanted to delete every episode, stop recording, almost ghost it, just like wipe every existence of it from the earth. And I haven't, and that is huge for me. And maybe you needed to know someone else is going through shit, or maybe it makes you appreciate the podcast because it could all be gone tomorrow. I don't know what the reason is, but I felt like I just needed to share that because that is my my go-to. Like, whatever fucked up attachment style I got growing up is avoidance. And so if I was going through shit with someone, I would avoid you or block you. And I know that I've wanted to heal it. And so the fact that I haven't deleted this, ghosted it, quit like cold turkey is really big for me. And I'm really proud. But if you're going through shit, I've been going through shit too. And we're still here, and that's all that matters. But yeah, someone needed to hear it. There you go. I love the public library. I love it. I love not having to spend money on Audible and buy the physical books, especially if you don't know that you love the book. Like being able to go to the library. My little routine, I love going with my kids because they have the kids section and they have fun little scavenger hunts for them at my library. Excuse me. Then I go down, I love the like philosophy, spirituality, shocker, the aisle, and I go down and I read the titles and whatever speaks to me. The little books will be like me, and I'll pick them out. So right now I'm reading, I think it's called, took a picture of it, I think it's the 40-day, I think I picked 3. One was the Angel Experiment, and one was Making Miracles in 40 Days. And those were the books that spoke to me. But I love the library. And you can go and get a free library card, and you can get like They have so many free resources. Like, first of all, the internet. I believe they have like city memberships that you can rent, like Zoom memberships, all that shit. I just love the library, and I feel like you should be going more often. I, as a kid, loved reading, and to this day, I will never let this go. In primary school, I won that like readathon where if you read the most books, you get a pizza. They never gave me the pizza, and I want to be able to let that go, but I feel like I'm owed a pizza. Maybe that's where my desire to like keep my word stemmed from, because I was surrounded by liars at such a young age. Just never got my pizza. I read like a fucking crackhead, like morning till nighttime as a kid, like it was my full-time job to read. I read so many goddamn books. And the only reason I read the books, I mean, I liked reading, but I wanted the pizza and I wanted to win. And now I never try to win anything. Look what you've done. You did kidding. But I did. I was a reader. And so it's been fun getting back into reading. Like, getting back into things that you loved doing as a kid. Why don't we all do it? Did you know God has favorites? He does. And it's the people who find their soulmate, the love of their life. Like the first person they date, that's it. You are God's favorite. You've never had to go through the war that is modern dating. You're the chosen one. And I never, ever want to hear you give advice on dating, because I could probably choke you out with one bare hand. I wouldn't even need two. You are God's favorite. And it is so annoying. It is so annoying. I feel like a really good reality TV show would be to make these people go off and experience dating and like really, really immerse them in it and make them go through all of it, like fucking dating apps and falling for a nonchalant person and trying to describe, I don't believe in them, but trying to describe what a situationship is, all of it. You were God's favorites and fuck you all. It feels personal, but I'll get over it. Another fact, I think I saw this in, it was either the news or like some scientific research came out. But did you know, if you ask someone and they don't want to get chips and salsa or guac with you, that like 100% means they hate you? It does. Because what would be the reason you don't want to get some chips and salsa, some chips and guac? There is no reason, because it's always a good time to have it. The only reason is you hate me. The calories don't count with chips and guac, because they're made out of love. So, again, back to my math. Well, I didn't do the research. The scientists did it. But they did. They came to the conclusion. Them saying no is from hate. It's birthed in hate. So, now you know. You can go and treat your relationships accordingly. Sorry to break it to you. We had a really fun day last Thursday. We played hooky or hooky. I think it's hooky. It kind of sounds wrong saying it, but we just went to a bunch of places, and it was very spontaneous. It was very fun. But I asked them, I was like, how many pictures are in your guys' hidden folder? One, because I was trying to convince my one friend to let me see her boobs, because I've known her for like almost 2 years, and she's never let me see her boobs, which I think is rude, but she finally let me see them. Anyways, I told one, she didn't have any pictures in her hidden folder, which I think is wild. And then, yeah, I think both of them had none in their hidden folder. And then when I told them the amount in mine, you would have thought I shot their newborn nephew. Like, they were so dramatic about it. So you're telling me, if you're in the mirror and you look good as fuck, maybe you got some new panties, a little bikini, or you're just fresh out the shower naked, maybe you just got a little tan, you don't take pictures of you for you in the mirror. Like, do a little photo shoot, little ass shot, some titties, just for you to enjoy. You're going to take nudes for someone else, but you won't do it for you? That's backwards. I feel like if anyone deserves some hot little pics, it should be you. First of all, if you have a problem looking at yourself naked in the mirror, that's something you need to fix expeditiously. Like, meow. And do it with some exposure therapy. Just make yourself look. Turn the lights off. I don't know. I don't recommend doing this exposure therapy in, like, retail stores. Because when retail stores build their, what are they called? Dressing rooms. When they install the lighting, they make sure to install lights that make you hate yourself. So do this at home in your preferred lighting, or at all times of the day, whatever. Just get over looking at yourself naked in the mirror. But if I wanted to be like, what did Kia's body look like naked in 2019? I have pictures. I have pictures from postpartum titties to now. I have me when I was like 15 pounds heavier, 15 pounds lighter. I got tons of bikini pictures. They're for me to look back on. You wouldn't do it for you? That's ass backwards. And I need to know that someone else out there has a full hidden folder just like me. And you know what's crazy is they literally are for me. I don't like sending nudes. I said that in the 6 podcast episode. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I've been burned before, or I just have trust issues and I don't trust them. But I don't want to send them. So they literally are just for me. They are. I don't like it. How many do you have in your folder? I feel like I want to say, but I feel like you're all judging me. You know, I don't care that you're judging me. I just feel like you have no reason to judge me. It's stupid. I have 1,500. 1,500 of just me. But this is from like, I think the first one was in like 2020. So I've got like 5 years worth. Let's see. Let's do math. That's only 300 pictures a year. Well, get on my level. I don't know. Love yourself a little more. I don't know what to tell you. I've brought him up enough, but, you know, growing up super religious. Not even just like, let's go to church every Sunday. It was like, live and breathe that shit. But I would describe my father, the man who helped make me, as a Bible thumper. Like, he would read the Bible and take it so literally, but he would also ignore what he didn't agree with. Like, if it told him not to judge anyone, he'd skip over that paragraph and go to what he agreed with. But I don't know, because I've never read it. I remember so vividly, he was like, you shouldn't be wearing lots of jewelry, anklets, and all this stuff, because that's what whores wear. He said this to me, and maybe one of you Bible readers can let me know what he's talking about. But I remember in that moment, just because of who I am as a person, I was drawn to jewelry. I was drawn to jewelry and anklets and lots of rings, lots of necklaces, and all of these piercings. That I'm being so for real, that is where my love for jewelry started. Because he was like, it's ugly, it's terrible, whores wear it, you're not to be wearing lots of jewelry. I was like, in my head, I like drew a little heart, like, done. The love was born, and that's just who I am as a person. It's just who I am. What is it like? Like this, I'm being so genuine. I'm really, really curious what it's like to grow up with like a loving, healthy, normal dad. I'm really curious. Or like those rare people who grow up with like two normal, loving parents who are supportive and like, what is it like to grow up with no parent issues? Is it like, is life easy? Do therapists kick you out because you have no problems? Like, what is it like? Are you guys not funny because there was no trauma and like no personality? I'm really curious. And it's so weird. I've also never I've never dated anyone with two parents. So weird. I wonder what the connection is. But I am curious. It would be like going to a museum. Like, I would love to sit down with someone who has two normal parents and just like interrogate them. What's it like? I would say I'm jealous, but I am not. Because I don't know. I am who I am because of what I've been through. And I ain't saying I've been through like fucking war, but you know, there's a couple things I wouldn't want to do again. Anyways, you can make it a choice. You know, when you go out and you come across strangers, whatever you assume they are thinking, that is a choice. And you can be delusionally optimistic. Like, I know a lot of you, it's wild, but you assume the worst. Like, oh, that stranger thinks I'm stupid. They think I'm too loud. They hate my purse. Like, this long list of insanely negative things goes through your head. And I know what it's like because that used to be me. But you can train your brain to do the opposite. Like, and the crazy thing is, all the things that you think these strangers are thinking, because none of them fucking said it. You're sitting there assuming all of this shit. But these are things that you think of yourself. Maybe your sister said it or you think it because you hate yourself. But there is no proof that these strangers ever said these things. And you can change it and you can be delusionally optimistic. And it's really, really fun. And it doesn't hurt anyone. Like if a stranger looks at you, you can be like, she wants to be my friend. And we'd be great friends. If someone's rude to you, you can be like, aw, they're having the worst day because of something that happened in their own life that has nothing to do with me. Like, I hope they feel better. If someone smiles at you, you can be like, he's flirting with me. He's in love with me. It can be fun and like this. It doesn't have to be this endless torture that you torture yourself with everywhere you go. And I know how it feels fucking firsthand. I used to do that like my whole teenage years and the first few years of my 20s. Everywhere I went, I made it about me. She's moving because she doesn't want to sit by me because she hates me. And it's just like, that's fucking wild. Like, to go to those extremes. But you can just make it a choice. It's like this intentional choice. And it'll take a little bit of practice and like self-correction in your head when you start to go down that negative spiral. To be like, no, that's not true. And you almost just kind of like babysit your mind. But you can be delusionally optimistic. Why not assume everyone's in love with you? Why not? Who is that hurting? It's a bigger disservice if you are going around assuming everyone hates you. Then you're treating yourself bad, you're mean to others, you're not your best self, you're like, it's this whole downward spiral. Why not just assume the best out of everything all the time? Why not? It's really, really fun. Like, aw, she's looking at me, she likes my shoes. Why the fuck not? Who says? You make the rules. It's all fucking made up. Literally, it's so far. Literally, all of it is made up all the time, always. And you know who it was made up by? People who don't love themselves. They made up most of the bullshit rules in the world. So why can't you make your own? Curious. So I'm helping my friend sell pageant clothes. So I joined a bunch of Facebook groups where people are on there to specifically buy pageant clothes. And I've never been in the pageant world, and I didn't know it was cuckoo nanas. I'd never watched, what was it with Honey Boo Boo? I never watched that show. I never watched any of the shows. I didn't know it was like this. It is like, I'll scroll my Facebook and the posts come up and my jaw drops. And the craziest thing is people will get their babies into pageants, their 4-year-olds, and the things these moms ask, just know therapy is going to be booming, the therapy industry, in 10, 15 years for these kids. They'll post these pictures of their kids and they're like, hi, does anyone know where to buy fake veneers for my 4-year-old? Her teeth are so ugly. Or like, is 4 a little too young to bleach her hair? I've seen the spray tans, which you'd expect. Oh my god, they like want to alter their whole child. Hi, is everyone using eyelash extensions or lash clusters for their 3-year-olds? Is 6 too young to do teeth whitening? Teeth whitening is what I was gonna say. But they are judging the fuck out of their children. Little kids. They're trying to make their little, like, fucking 3 and 4-year-olds perfect. It's wild, and I think to each their own. I think it's not okay. They is fucking up these kids' self-esteems early. Like, these kids still want to play on the playground and their self-esteem is already gone. That's really sad. They're putting wigs on their hair because their hair's not good enough. Contacts. Like, everything you can think of to alter someone, they're doing it to the youngins. The babies. And these babies, pray for the babies. It's sad. I disagree with it. I think it's fucked up, to be quite frankly honest. I've always vowed to keep it like so real. And one thing that's bothered the fuck out of me within the last year, I don't know if it's, I mean, I'm still so young, but somehow another year older, I am finding long hairs everywhere. There's one that grows right in my cleavage, and it's just like, I'll look down and it's just this one random long hair. And I'm like, where are you fuckers coming from? I was looking in the mirror one day, there was one on the side of my face, just like blowing in the wind. There's one on my neck, one on my collarbone, and they're just random. It's not like a patch of hair. They're not, the one on my face is thick, the rest are just like normal hairs. And it, like, the one on my collarbone it looked like baby hairs. Like, where do these fuckers come from? But if you have them and you've been ashamed, bitch, I get them too. I have car tweezers, and I use them for the hairs when I can see them in the sunlight, because I have like these little 4 that I gotta check on so often. And those pay machines, the parking meters, because my nails can't get the card out, so I need the tweezers to pull my card out. But yes, if you've been feeling sad, girl, about your little new hair joiners, I get them too, and I don't know where they came from, but they come, and they come so often, uninvited, and they make themselves right at home. Let's see. It's like a habit of mine now. I rub my fingers on the side of my face, and I'm like, did she come back? And then I look in the sun for this one, and there's one on my neck. And it's just little haters. They're little haters. But I get them. One, I would say like key to happiness in my life. I don't know if you know this. A McDonald's Diet Coke. Like, I'm having a bad afternoon. Let me go spend damn near $2 and just fix everything. A McDonald's Diet Coke is... She's a band-aid on my hurt. Like, everything's not okay, but it's okay right now. Because I got my McDonald's Diet Coke. And don't get it, like... It's not all Diet Cokes are equal. Because there's McDonald's Diet Coke, which is the best. But if you go to any other fast food restaurant, there's a watered down and disgusting bottles. There's something about it being in the plastic. They're never cold enough. They're really fizzy, just not cold enough. Cans, I would probably do McDonald's Diet Coke than cans preferably because they're pretty cold. But still, they kind of taste like metal. I feel like it would... If you made out with tongue with someone with braces, would it taste like that? Probably. I feel like now I have to try. But mostly underage kids have braces, so I don't think I can. To be updated. And then, yeah, I've never tried. I don't think they make Diet Cokes in the bottles, but just for your research purposes, McDonald's Diet Coke is the best. All of their sodas are. Their fizzies, their sodas. Oh, the artificial fuckers know what they're doing. But it's also when you go to a restaurant, usually I just get water or an alcoholic beverage. But when you ask for a Diet Coke, or my Coke lovers, Coke's not as good because the sugar sits on your teeth, but somehow some of you like it. And they say, is Pepsi okay? That's like asking, would it be okay if two of your cousins got married? Like, the answer is so obvious. Do we even need to? No, it's never okay. And I don't understand it. I don't understand the love for Coke and the love for Pepsi, but to each their own. But I do take it way more personal than I should when companies carry Pepsi. Like, there's not anger in my heart. It's almost like hurt. Like I've been betrayed. But all in all, McDonald's Diet Coke is like my little midday pick-me-up. It's a little band-aid on my heart. And I love it. And my kids know I love it. And yeah, also I love learning, like, people around me, their favorite drink. And I love being able to, like, if I have the opportunity, surprise them with it or pick it up. It's just, I love it. Someone having their favorite drink is like the smallest way to make them happy, and it's so easy. And the money you spend on it doesn't count because it's spent out of love, and money spent out of love always comes back. Duh. It's freaking math. In case you were wondering, what makes my heart happy? That's one of 756 things that makes me happy. This one's mostly for my little emotionally constipated or my nonchalance out there. We all have feelings. Obviously, we're all human, even if you try to pretend you don't. But I'm just letting you know right now, these feelings that you feel, if you avoid them, they are never gone. Like, I don't know how the people these days choose to, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Numb their feelings? Numb them, ignore them. Just warning you right now, they never go away. They're going to come out at some point, and you're going to have to deal with them. And I feel like so many people treat it as like this, like a letter. Like, like, oh, if I don't check the mail, then the mail's not there. Like, at some point, you're going to have to deal with it. And I'm just letting you know right now, especially if you're emotionally constipated, like, once you break that seal and you start, something's going to happen. You're going to get triggered. Maybe all of it comes out when you're drunk, which usually happens. If someone does not deal with their feelings sober, they are that person drunk and crying about it. Every time. Analyze your friend groups or pay attention next time. Whoever numbs their feelings, acts like they don't give a fuck, and they are that one to like shove it all down when they are drunk. They are crying. They are talking about it. They are drunk calling their ex, all that shit. Pay attention. But this is just, and our feelings aren't, like, there are no feelings that you should label as bad or, I don't know, not worth it. I mean, sometimes it is annoying, like you want to have a good day and your shit from the past comes up or you get triggered, whatever. But acknowledge it all. And there's also a misconception with people who want to manifest or getting into manifesting, getting into that. And you know, they say like raise your vibration, keep your thoughts positive. And so people almost think that they have to gaslight themselves into positivity. I thought that at the beginning too, like you just ignore these bad feelings and you only think the good feelings and you ignore all that shit. But you need to acknowledge these feelings because they are very real. You don't have to live in them. You don't have to sit in them, but you like acknowledge when you feel jealous and acknowledge when you feel hurt and triggered, but you don't have to make it your whole personality and dwell on it and obsess over it. Like, acknowledge those feelings. The more that you ignore them, the more they will come back. They never go away if you ignore them. It's like a debt collector. They are not going to go away. But I think what they mean with like that misconception with manifesting, yes, you have these negative feelings or these doubts, all that shit. But you, like, what are your dominant thoughts? Are your dominant thoughts like, shit will never work out, this is stupid, I'm stupid, I'll never get what I want? Like, you can listen to those doubts and they are very valid. You can acknowledge them. But making your, like, training your brain to have dominant thoughts that ultimately will get you what you want. Like, yes, I have these doubts and they're valid based on my past, what I've been through, but I choose to believe there's better out there. Choose to believe it can be easy. Choose to believe, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to get what I want. That's how I choose to think about it because that's what's worked for me and I've been through it. Like, you can have doubts and you can go through shit and you can have these negative feelings and fears and still get what you want. And I feel like all those feelings just teach us what we really want or what's still blocking us or where our fears and our hurts are and what we need to heal. Anyways, just letting you know. You can ignore it all you want. I'm just warning you, it will never go away. And at some point, it is something you have to deal with. And you'll make it a whole lot easier on yourself if you learn to feel your feelings. Just saying. There's one thing. Oh. That I feel like should be a public service announcement. There's one thing that's never okay unless the woman comes to you and says she wants you to say it. You never, unprovoked, uninvited, tell a girl she looks like her dad. Just letting you know that. Unless she is like, I love my dad. I want to look like him. Do I look like him? I think that's the only time you can tell her she does. Otherwise, keep it to yourself, put it in your journal, tell your mother. You don't tell that person. That's wild. Especially unprompted on the internet. Like, damn, you look like your daddy. You are fucked up. You're fucked up, and that's for sure. So there's only one time you can tell her that, and the rest of the time, don't do that shit. Keep it to yourself. Working in the restaurant, but like majority of the kitchen is men. It's so funny because you know when you're dating someone, your friend's dating someone, they work with women, there's those insecurities that like may float through your head, like he's flirting with other bitches, like he's gonna cheat on me, blah blah blah. It's so funny working with them and like seeing them comfortable with each other and what they really talk about. These are all conversations I've walked into, been a part of, or heard. If you were... these are all grown men, and I love it. They're like, if you were a Pokemon, what would you be? And then they spend the next, 45 minutes, debating each Pokemon and why. And then they talk about anime. And then they talk about who would be on their football fantasy league. And they talk about why one football player is better than the other. Literally, it's coming up on 2 years. I've never, and I'm nosy as fuck, when I'm back there, I'm listening. They never talk about bitches. They never talk about girls. They never talk, it's always the nerdiest stuff they nerd out over, and it's amazing, and I love it, because, there are others people that assume, you're with all these bitches and you guys are just gonna flirt and cheat and fall in love and you're talking about women. Not once. Not once. And it's... the conversations they have is truly funny. It's amazing. What was I thinking of? Oh, I was thinking of this because I went for a walk. First of all, a nightmare came true yesterday. I went for a walk and midway through, I still had halfway to go, my headphones died. I know, that is hell. And it was hell, and I tried to be positive about it, but nah. I was kicking rocks, wanted to throw some rocks at cars. That shit fucking sucked, and I hated it. And I couldn't be positive about it. I was like, this is fucking the worst. Why do people work out with no music? And so, if you're wondering, it does suck. It was stupid and I hated it. But I saw a man running and I was like, if I was a man, would I run with my shirt off? And I think I would, but the only reason I would run with my shirt off is if I wanted attention. Genuinely. And so if you were a man, would you run with your shirt off? I wouldn't do it all the time, but for sure if you ever saw me running with my shirt off, it would be because I wanted attention. 1000%. And I do appreciate men running with their shirt off. So it's really nice to look at, especially if they have a little bit of pecs. But yeah, and I think if I'm trying to think of what other reason it would be what other reason you would run with your shirt off besides you want attention, and I can't think of one. Oh. But I'm also biased and not a man. Shocker. But yeah, would you run with it off? I'd run it if I wanted attention and bitches. That's what I would do. I am getting my hair done in 2 days. She's going to fix all my problems. I'm going to walk in there with a little hole in my hair, and I'm going to walk out and all my problems will be solved because I got my hair done. And I've tried to be okay about it. She's been so bugged. And I love that for her, and I hate it for me. I've tried to be okay about it, but I'm I'm really not okay. Life just feels better with your hair done, and I feel like we all deserve it. Try and tell me your hair at your raggediest in a color you hate and it feels dirty and grown out. Tell me you feel good. Liar. And so I've just been slowly putting band-aids on my hair, getting Diet Cokes and watching movies and stuffing my face, but nothing will heal me to like get my hair done. It's been like, okay, I want to say I went every 3 months. I think it's been like 5, and it feels disgusting, and it's so grown out my hair. It's not even at the top of my crack anymore. Sometimes it gets caught in the crack. She's gonna fix all my problems, so don't worry. I'll be fixed Thursday. I'll be fine. I feel like you should know this about me by now. I love, like, expanding my mindset and talking about mindset, learning about it, teaching you tricks and, like, little hacks, because our minds really are, like, fucking insane, and they're so cool. I love learning about them, but there really is so much that is mindset. So one thing I'll do before I do something big like this podcast, like, I'm coming on for almost an hour and talking and being vulnerable, and there's no stops. It's literally, I press the button from start to finish, and I'm dance, monkey, dance. I'm entertaining. I'm putting myself out there in this huge way. And so I do have to, before I put on, like, my favorite music and have this little dance party, and I give myself a pep talk. But one little, I found it's helped me the most, especially, like, some episodes I can get, like, 40 DMs about, and, compliments, responses, texts. I love that one. This was so funny, whatever. I don't care what anyone says. I feel like all humans love and need validation. I'll be the first one to admit, I love me some validation. I do give it to myself, but you're a dirty whore liar if you're saying other validation don't feel good. Okay. So there's some episodes where I get that. And then there's some weeks where it's crickets. And everyone could love the episode, but they're just not saying it. And I still continue to put this stuff out there. Anyways, so to hype myself up before each episode, I sit and I close my eyes and I imagine, like, every episode gets 40,000 views, and I get like 200 emails a day with responses about the podcast and comments, and I picture comments full of nice compliments and validation and feedback and follows and subscriptions. And I just imagine it big and amazing, and it really, really, really helps me. But the more detail and, like, vivid you can be, that shit feels so real. And you can do this for anything. Like, before going to the gym, before a marathon, before posting your art, job or interview. Like, anything. You sit there and you give it... Like, I try to include all 5 senses. It smells like this, it feels like this, it looks like this, I hear this in the background. But you can sit there and close your eyes and envision something. So, like, you want it to feel as real as possible. That's also how I like to envision things when I'm trying to manifest them also. But it really helps. Like, you could also... Like, our mind really is powerful, and a lot of us only use it for fear. So maybe you're sitting in bed and you hear a noise. Oh my God, there's a burglar in the house. And then every little noise, you make it seem bigger than it is. And then you start to imagine someone's downstairs, and you really, really feed into the story, and you make it feel very real, and you, like, continue going. Or you don't hear from someone. And so you imagine the worst case scenario, and you're really good at it. I know you are. And you imagine how they died and what happened. And you imagine getting the call and going to the hospital, and you lost this person, and you freak out. Like, you know how to do this shit. Use it for your benefit. Use it for good. Use it to, before the first day of going to school, or applying for something, or posting yourself online, or posting your art, or an art show. All of this shit. Use it to your fucking benefit, because I know you know how to do it. Now use it for good. And if you ever want to manifest something, it's exactly how you do it. Like, let's say you want $5,000. I like to close my eyes because I can envision things a lot easier that way, but we all function differently. So you could sit there and you could close your eyes. I log into my bank account. This is what the website looks like. This is what my password is. This is what it looks like with my fingers on the computer. And there's music playing in the background, and I pick a sip up from my purple coffee. And there's vanilla in there. It tastes so good. It's still a little warm. I log in. Oh my God, there's $5,000 in my account. And it's bright green, and there's the plus sign. Oh my God, that feels so good. I double check and I log into my phone mobile app. There's the $5,000. I go to the ATM. No, you're going to want to go to the bank. You walk into the bank, and here's what the door handle feels like, and it smells like this in the bank. And you walk up there and you ask the teller, and she makes you sign, and you have to give your ID. And here's what it looks like when my ID is sliding across the bank teller's desk, and I watch her count hundreds after hundreds after hundreds. She hands me $5,000 cash, and she gives me a receipt, and here's what her face looks like, and she smiles at me. And you can just go into fucking detail about anything you want, and you can do this. It will really, 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 really benefit you if you learn to do this before bed. But like I said, you can do this about anything. So I choose to do it before the podcast because it really puts me in this space of like, now I am like, you would talk and perform differently if you were talking to one person versus 40,000. You would have a different confidence. You would walk a little taller. You'd feel validated. You would talk your shit. And so, once again, you can do this for anything. But our minds just really are crazy and magical. A lot of us just literally only use it for fear. And that's bullshit, and you can train your brain to do the opposite. Okay? Fear and faith are both imagined futures. Thank you. Has anyone noticed that days have an energy to them? So every day is ruled by a planet. And so they literally do have like an energy behind them. So like, I think Tuesday is Mars. I've always noticed that if I'm ever angry about something, it's on a fucking Tuesday. Like, if I'm finally over something, rage cleaning, it's a Tuesday. Mondays are I think Mondays are ruled by the moon, if I'm not wrong. Let me double check. I believe Thursdays are ruled by Jupiter. I think it's the planet of like abundance, luck, expansion. But just think back, every day has this energy behind it. Saturdays don't feel like Sundays. Wednesdays don't feel like Mondays. Fridays don't feel like Thursdays. Like they have this energy behind them. Are Mondays ruled by the moon? Yes, Mondays are ruled by the moon. And so I love to, it works with my work schedule, but I love to stay home on Mondays, and I love to take care of things physically and emotionally, like laundry or grocery shopping or cleaning the house. I'm usually not sad, but like not my like brightest, cheeriest self. It's almost like it's like a reset day. I'm taking care of my home and my emotions and all of that shit. But I know this is a real thing. Like, to me, spending a Saturday alone feels very lonely. Like, it feels like Saturdays should be fun and spent with friends, and you should be doing things that like you want to be doing. But a Sunday alone feels good. Like, it feels like you should be doing things that nurture you and rest, and Sundays don't feel like a work day. Like, the days have energy. They really, really, really do. What else? Yeah, And I'm curious if anyone else has noticed it, or if from now on you'll start to notice it. And so I know, like, Mondays are, like, my more, like, down days. I want to journal, read a book. I want to be a little lazy. I don't want to go out and do, like, crazy things. So I know not to record the podcast on a Monday because I'm never feeling my best. I know Tuesdays I'm usually a little more snappy, angry. I'm filled with, like, a lot more passion. And so if I am frustrated with someone, I never have that conversation on a Tuesday. And maybe you're different, but for me personally, I almost feel like if I do it on a Tuesday in the heat of the moment, I'm going to say things I regret. So I almost use it as an opportunity to, like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Let me deal with it. Let me journal on it. Let me rage scream. Let me go for a drive. But days have energies behind them, and we can start to use them to our advantage. Yes. Like, I feel like Thursdays are the days you just get good news and things just feel fun and easy, at least to me. But yes, start to pay attention to days and how you feel and the energy behind them. The shit is real. And they, like, literally are ruled by different planets. It is still, unfortunately, Gemini season. Gemini women are great, and they're perfect, and they're beautiful baby angels. The men, they are to be friends with, and they are for character development. They're not for taking seriously. I do believe Gemini men were put on this planet to be both menaces, but also if you have to encounter them, they are to teach you to love yourself and to never take them seriously again. And if you need any character development, it will come through a Gemini, because they will wreck you emotionally, are the words I'm looking for. They are to show you how evil some people can be. And then you're supposed to learn that lesson, and you turn around and go to your village and warn everyone. And if someone doesn't listen, they have to go through that lesson themselves with a Gemini. God, they're just so evil. And they're so mean. I don't believe in TMI. The only time I've ever cried during sexy time was a Gemini. I swear that man had no soul. Genuinely, like, I'm dramatic, but I'm not being dramatic about this. I don't think he had a soul. He really didn't. And if I saw him, I would jump him myself. It would be a solo jumping. That man, like, I have pure anger towards. He was so mean to me, but he was also, like, he came in my life at the time where, like, my self-esteem was its lowest, winter time. But he was so good at, like, whiplash, like, being so kind and making you feel so good, and then, like, with a snap of a finger, just being pure evil. He had no soul. Fucking bitch-ass motherfucker. I don't hate him because I don't hate anyone, but I would not be mad about hurting him. Yeah. Shit. I think we should all just allow ourselves to get hurt, because it's really good for our personalities, and it makes for good stories and character development, and we always get hotter. I think you should go get sexy, because it's good for your health. Duh. You should support more people, and you'll get support in return, but also do it with no expectations. Just support people because they should be supported. And I think you should have more fun and dream bigger, because you deserve it. And if no one has told you they love you today, I love you. And I hope you have the best fucking week of your life, to the point where you're like, is this even real life? That's how good it should be. Go get your rocks off and have the best fucking day. Bye.